All right, here we are. So good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us here on Zoom and on Facebook. I'm excited to be here. I haven't been here for a few weeks, and so I'm excited to be here and to host the re-installment of the webinars. We took a little hiatus also because of the 4th of July holiday, and so we're glad to have everybody back on Zoom and here on Facebook as well. So today's session is about student assistance and support, and we have Ebony Whitson with us today. And after the webinar, of course, you can write your questions, or if during the webinar you have any questions that pop into your head, please make sure you can put them in the Q&A section here on Zoom or through the comment section on Facebook. And so if you see me turning my head, it's because I'm looking for questions on Facebook as well. The webinar is recorded and it'll be live. It's going to stay on Facebook, and then we will upload it to our website, uab.edu/families, under the communications tab in about a week with captions. So if at any point you also want to reach out to Ebony or to myself, you can send us a message either to our emails or through the chat option. So without further ado, I am going to turn it over to Ebony and let her go ahead and start. Thank you for being here. I think your mic is not working right now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect. My computer is set up a little bit different too, so if I'm looking weird, two screens. So my name is Ebony Whitson, and I serve as the Assistant Director or Associate Director in the Department of Student Assistance and Support. And I'm going to give you an overview of our office on today. And like Carmen said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will answer them at the end of the presentation. So our office consists of our director, who is Shar Rayner, and our program coordinator, Sinclair Castleberry. We also have Debbie Morgette, who is the assistant director in this office, and we have since added another case manager, and her name is Mandy Hunt. So it consists of 3 case managers in this office. And so when we say case management, it is non-clinical. And what that is we assist students who, I like to say, have a lot of different barriers in their lives. And we try to remove those barriers by bridging the gap and connecting them to resources, whether that's on campus or off campus, to allow them to become academically successful. We're seeking to retain these students to provide an atmosphere that is conducive to their academic success. So again, we're taking the student, connecting them to resources and all the appropriate avenues to maintain that academic success. And so how do we do this? We identify, we assist, and we connect. We have all these little bubbles around here. So academic concerns, that's students who are not academically successful at the moment and they have some things that need to be addressed. And a lot of times that could be like one of these bubbles says faculty communication. So being able to sometimes simply help draft an email that may be outreaching to multiple professors and trying to figure out what the status of their student is in that current class and how we could assist, because there may be some barriers that need to be connected to some outside offices for their success. We also address emotional distress. So that is students who are dealing with like bad breakups, the loss of a pet. All those things are very important. Students who are facing basic need insecurity. So that's homelessness, that's food insecurities, not having access to a proper meal, financial difficulties. So, a lot of students are putting themselves through school and they come up on emergency situations when they're in need of funds. And so we do address the financial difficulties. And I'll go over a few of our resources in reference to that in just a few seconds. Physical and medical concerns. So some of our students are hospitalized. That's due to mental health concerns. That could be medical. But then also we have students who may be connected to a parent or a close family member that may have been hospitalized due to several different reasons, and they may need some outreach to those professors in reference to their absence. And so these are just a few of the main bubbles, but we do a lot of other things. Like I said, anything that may be affecting the student success, we address those needs and we connect those students. And in non-clinical case management, It is not just us assisting the student and then leaving them with the resources. We are constantly at that bottom word connecting. We're constantly following up with the student until we know that their needs have been met. Have you completed this task? Is this working? Is that not working? And how can we best identify what the next steps are? So this is ongoing case management until we feel like the student or the student feels like they have been all needs have been met. So these are the typical trends that we normally see in our office between September and October and around April. And the reason being there are a lot of different things going on during this time, but most of the things that we need to focus on, their midterms and their finals. Also, spring break and football season is coming into play in some of these months. And so we find that UAB is a school full of high achieving students, and we want to check in on our students during these high peak times where we see these trends of increasing cases coming in, and we want to make sure that we know what's going on with them. We're checking in with their friends. Where are they? How are they doing? How are you doing academically? If you have any questions or concerns about your student, this is the time to submit a report as well. So this again is just information to show when we have our uptick in cases or when we see the most activity in our office. So here is just a FERPA law. So FERPA provides the release of protected student information in case of health or safety of students and other individuals, hospital transport, self-hospitalization, and hospital admittance. So we always want our families to understand that with FERPA laws, we are only able or not able to provide as much information as you think. And so we want you all to stay connected to your student and try to get as much information from your student as you can because we are protected by FERPA laws and we're not able to share information. But that does not mean you cannot support your student and call and provide information for your student so that connects the pieces of the puzzle that we're missing. But this just means that we're not able to give information. Here are some of the services, and this is just a small list of some of the main services that we provide. So I'll go through them very quickly. We have meal vouchers. These vouchers are for students who are food insecure. They come in from a Swipe Twice program where students are able to donate some of their meal swipes to their peers who are food insecure. We have Student Affairs Emergency Grants. So this is just one of the grants that we have in place when students are experiencing some of those life challenges or emergencies. They're able to apply for this grant and get some funding. We have Blazer Kitchen. There are two locations. There's 1613 off campus. They assist students, patients, as well as employees. And then we have a Blazer Kitchen on campus, which is in the Hill Center, Suite 303, and that is strictly for students. You have your one card. You can come and shop once a week. We have Blazer Market Route. Blazer Market Route is for those students who are in need of that do not have transportation, and they take you to affordable grocery stores. So it's just a route. They pick you up on Saturday mornings, take you to all the grocery stores, and they drop you back off at the same location. We have a medical assistance grant for undergrad and grad students. So this is for students who may have sought medical attention and they need some assistance with that medical bill. We have those grants as well. The textbook awards is presented through USGA. And for the textbook award, it is an as needed basis. So all students apply, first come, first serve, and then they assess the based off of need is how students will get that award. And then laptop loaner program as needed. We are currently out of laptops, but we will be provided some new ones in the future. And if students are in need of laptops, we have been directing them to our Stern Library campus on campus so that they can access those laptops. So when you submit a student in distress referral, I do like to stress that anybody can submit a referral. A parent, a teacher, a professor, a student can self-refer, a peer. Anybody can submit a student in distress referral form. That form is found on our website, Student Assistance and Support at UAB, and you can find it there. And so once that support is submitted, somebody then reviews that report, myself. It is then assigned to one of our case managers. We contact the student and then we meet with that student. So again, we're walking with that student and supporting them the whole way through. This is not I refer somebody, we give them resources and they go back their way. We are actually walking with them and actually meeting with them during the semester, the active semesters. Most of these meetings are in person. We do offer Zoom based on location and things of that nature, but we do meet with our students in person. And this is a student in distress form. So this is not the form in its entirety, but this is a just brief description of what the form may look like. So you fill out the name, the department, the phone number, and at the bottom you will give a description of what's going on with that student. Again, we have Blazer Kitchen. It's available to all UAB students as long as they have their one card. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30. Again, in the Hill Student Center, Suite 303. And in the Blazer Kitchen, we have canned goods, non-perishables. We have fresh produce. We have school supplies, hygiene items, things of that nature. So students are well taken care of here on campus. Here are some important links. We share a suite as well as a supervisor with student conduct. And so it is always very important that we share that information because we have a great relationship with those staff members. Student counseling, student health services, UAB police, which is very important to have. We work very closely with all of these campus partners, and we are all linked in very well with each other. So if there's anything going on with the student, we make sure that the other offices are aware, and we work in partnership to make sure that we are getting those students what they need. Again, if you need anything from us, we are in the Hill Student Center, Suite 303. We're here Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. And below is all of our other information. If you all could please follow us on Instagram to keep up with updates from this office, we would greatly appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And again, families and friends, we are here to support you and support your student at any time, especially when they come into some type of unforeseen situation or they need special assistance. We're here to support you and your student. So if you have any questions at any point, this is the time to submit them through either here Facebook on comments or Zoom. If you don't have any questions, the contact information is on your screen, and feel free to reach out to Ebony or at the contact information that you're seeing displayed. Send them an email. They're in the Hill Student Center, so your student can always stop by and visit. Just while we wait for some of the questions, I am not seeing any, but of course, you're welcome to submit your questions. Tomorrow, remember, we have two wonderful webinars. One is from UAB Police, which it's always interesting to know about the safety precautions and safety measures that UAB Police has in place to make sure that students and staff and everybody who comes on campus is always safe. And then in addition to that, we will have Student Health Services talk to us about the famous immunization records, insurance waivers, of course, everything you need to know in case your student ever needs some type of health support at on campus or while they're at UAB. So tomorrow, don't miss those. UAB Police will present at 12 p.m. and then Student Health Services will present at 2 p.m. And you can register for those on our website or on the Family Hub. And then, of course, if you can't attend, you can always see them and review them and share them on Facebook. So let me see if we have any questions. Again, you can submit your questions now or send them in later. One last reminder, after this webinar, you will be receiving a post-webinar survey. It is very important for us to hear what you think about our webinars, how we can make them better, what else you would be needing as you begin your journey or you continue your journey with your student here at UAB. So I am looking, and I'm not seeing any questions at this time, but all the information Ebony has provided us, again, you can view it later today or share it with your student or other family members via Facebook, and then in about a week through our website. And before we go, Ebony, is there any last minute tips, recommendations, strategies that you would share with families that can pass on to their students regarding how to your office can support them and assist them while they're at UAB?
I would just say stay up to date with your student, and don't forget that you always have a resource here on campus. Again, we're in the Hill Student Center, Suite 303. Again, the phone number is on the screen. So if you have any questions or concerns, just remember Ebony will get you where you need to go.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And
Thank
thank you
you.
everybody for joining us today. Again, I don't have any questions at the moment, but we really want to let you know you can always reach out to us, and we're here to support you and your students. So have a great rest of your week, and we hope to see you in some of the other webinars that are coming up this week and towards all the way through August. So have a wonderful day. Thank you, Ebony, and we'll see everybody later.
Bye.
Bye.